Why your followers on social media don't matter. Hi, my name is Karlyn, Ankrom founder and lead strategist at OSnap Social, a digital marketing agency based in Northern Virginia, but we have clients all over the globe. And today we're diving into follower count. Gone are the days of stressing over what a lot of us in the marketing industry call a vanity metric. Understanding your followers and that impact on your business is something that is of value. But do you really understand how your followers translate into email addresses, into freebie downloads, into closed clients? That is where the true value stands out. Let me break it down for you in one example. Now let's say that you have, for example, 20,000 followers on Instagram, and 12,000 of that 20,000 buy 10 copies of the book that you just launched or that you just promoted. That would be a pretty great response rate and a decent comparison in understanding the value of your followers. However, on the other hand, let's say you have 200,000 followers. Though you may look like a big deal, your purchase rate has remained unchanged for your services or your book, because when you post something, it doesn't get a lot of engagement and you have zero money on the back end. Those followers are not as valuable. So whenever someone comes to me, a prospect, just a friend of mine who owns their own business, they're like, Karlyn, I want to get to 10,000 followers. Up goes my red flag, right? Sound the alarm, because for us right now, I think really it was Instagram's fault back in the day when they were like, you have to have 10,000 followers in order to get the swipe up feature. So everyone was chasing 10,000 followers.
We just need 99 more followers.
Today, 10,000 followers just means 10,000 followers. We all have the ability to have a link sticker in our Instagram stories that allows us to drive traffic other places, regardless of how many followers we have. Like, thank goodness, right? So essentially, followers can mean everything and also nothing. So as you think about what metrics matter for you, understanding how your followers translate into some sort of ROI, some sort of sales mechanism is invaluable. You have to take the time to look at the numbers a step further. If you're not sure how to do that, click the link around this video and get a snap scan today, because we need to get you set up and going in the right direction. Back to this dynamic of followers and why their value is categorized under it just depends. Because yes, having this inflated metric be seen by others on the outside, and I'm looking at you publishers, those that are publishing books, those that are looking for talent to publish books around, they still find value in having a large follower count. What they need to be looking at is that engagement. They need to be looking at, are people resonating with the content that that potential author or that thought leader is putting out there in the social space? And then in addition, those of us who are running our own social or managing social of other thought leaders in their respected industries, we have to be thinking about, how are we connecting those digital dots? How are we taking them from that water cooler that is social and driving traffic over to their lead magnet, driving traffic over to their website to sign up for their newsletter, driving traffic to buy their book? Because that is where the true ROI stands, is taking people from that watering cooler, top of funnel in social media and getting them to another property on the internet that that author, that thought leader, that company owns. Because I don't know if you remember back in the day, it wasn't that long ago, I think it was just a couple of years ago, when Facebook and Instagram for like 8 hours shut down, the lights were turned off and everyone was like looking around like, what do we do? And that's when the resurgence of this conversation of driving email signups, because truly, and I say this all the time, if Zuckerberg tomorrow was like, you know, it's been fun, I'm gonna sail off into the sunset with my billions of dollars and call it quits. One, I don't want to be around for when that mass hysterics kind of happens, if that ever happens in my lifetime. But the panic that would happen because people have not spent the time that they need to continue to build their email lists. So if you're watching this right now, you're probably thinking, okay, Karlyn, I hear you. Follower counts are, really, it depends, right? They're in the it depends category, because we are focused on what is driving that attention and that influence. I got it. And we need to work on connecting the dots. What do I do next? If you do not have on your website a way for someone to opt into your email or to give something of value in exchange for their email, you should build that out ASAP. It's a great idea to do. It also gives people who are maybe in that awareness consideration phase of their buyer's journey, a little bit of opportunity to build trust with you and your brand before they go and sign on the dotted line. It gives us something of value in exchange for their email address. And most consumers these days understand that. By developing this strategy of driving traffic to your website in order for you to build your email list, I want you to consider thinking about this strategy is instead of casting your net really, really wide, you're going deeper. You're building the relationships, you're building trust, you're building that, factor of the know, like, trust that a lot of marketers talk about. It's all within that process. And at the same time, understanding that follower count is just that, follower count. And you could have a 6-figure business with 1,000 followers just as easily as you could have a $100 a month business with 100,000 followers. Put it in the words of Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm gonna read this because I don't want to get it wrong. Reach does not equal value, and follower count does not mean people are listening. So go forward, be you, be as authentic to you as possible, and start to connect all of those digital dots. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this valuable, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And if I can help you in any way to wrap your mind around this follower count thing, this growth thing, not just on Instagram, but any platform, feel free to reach out. My DMs are always open, as well as this comment section. Thank you so much, and I'll see you through the screen very soon. Bye for now.